Let's rise.
Sounds like a mess.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, so first up is a public hearing. We have to open our meeting and go right to the public hearing. Yeah, so open the public and then, okay, and, no, open the regular meeting, sorry. Paul made the motion. And second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
And now we need to make a motion to exit that meeting and enter the public hearing. And second?
I'll second it.
All in favor? Okay. The public hearing is open for 573 Route 17.
And just for the record, this is a continuation from our last month.
Yes, I should have said
And there are two reasons for continuing. One, we were under the impression that the hydrant required DOH. They weren't listed on our agencies, so we recirculated. That was taken care of, and then DOH said, yeah, no, we don't need a permit. Really sorry about that. Also, the applicant had some additional homework with respect to DOT and things like that. So the applicant's representative is here, and we can touch base on that. There's a rousing group ready to offer public comment. Terry, I just want to confirm that there's no written public comment received.
Just the confirmation from the county that was the same.
Okay.
Kind of just the same thing that they had,
Okay.
said in the first place.
No, we want Terry to read in the...
No, because she already did.
Oh,
She
that
already,
was the last time. That was the last time. Right,
Yep.
we continue.
don't make Terry read it twice.
No, listen, nobody wants her to read it twice.
No, she doesn't need to read it.
Well, it doesn't look like there's anybody out here to make any public comment. And since we know we're not ready to move forward on approval, we're going to continue the public hearing to our next board meeting, which is when, Terry?
December 15th.
It's probably too soon. We could do it there, but.
So the outstanding conditions still are, well, the DOH is not an issue
No,
anymore.
we'll talk about it in a minute. There's
Okay.
a number of them.
Okay,
I mean, we needed an updated site plan. I think you only sent it today.
okay, we'll talk about it whenever you're ready.
Yeah. So,
So a motion to continue
yeah, so,
we can have it since it's a continuation.
Yeah.
There does not need to be a new notice.
right,
It can be the 15th.
okay, so.
But that's Mike, that's an off day from our normal meeting because we're consolidating the two meetings.
What day
It's
is
the
it?
15th of December.
It's the second Tuesday instead of, no, I'm sorry, it's the third Tuesday
That
instead
should
of
be
the,
okay.
Monday, excuse me. It's
I
the
mean,
second
look,
Monday.
if not, it goes to the next one, so it's not.
If I have a conflict, I'll let you guys know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we need a motion to continue the public hearing since let the record reflect no one is here to make comment and, and we still want to
So I can write.
button down some details for the public meeting, so.
Sure, I'll make that motion.
Member Kelly, and second.
I'll second.
Member Hafnacker, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, now we need to open, we should have just did it one fell swoop. Reopen the, our regular meeting.
Make the motion.
Member Kelly, member Hafnacker, all in favor?
Aye.
And we are now in the regular meeting with Mike. So Mike, stand by. We'll have Dave tell you what the necessary things are, and then I might have a couple that has some things.
Sure.
So, leading into the meeting, I just made a list of the outside agency approvals and other items that should be addressed. Some of these can be done just prior to signing the map, but we have here U.S. Army Corps of Engineers for wetlands disturbance, New York State DEC approval for wetland disturbance and work within the adjacent area, the New York State Department of Transportation highway entrance permit. Also, there was a discussion about possible need for turning lane and a collision study. So maybe we'll talk about that in a minute or two and just see where we are with that. Looking for a letter of capacity confirmation from Orange County Environmental Facilities. And I believe we were still looking for input from the fire chief commenting on the adequacy of the turning movement.
We do
area.
have that, Dave.
And, oh, that came in?
Yeah.
Not this one. Do you have another
No,
one?
another one.
Okay.
We have, yeah, yep.
Just make sure the applicant gets it.
Yep, we'll get it.
Okay.
Yep.
The board should conduct the architectural review, and that's what I have. I know there was some comments, minor comments, some notes that needed to be addressed in my review letter, but I don't know if you want to go through those, but I think they were fairly minor.
Yeah, do you want to hit the ones in case, just so Mike knows?
Sure. Let's see which one that is. On sheet 5 of 18, it appears from the grades shown and the labels that a curb is being proposed along the northern property line to serve as a short wall. Details of the curb for this use have been added on sheet 20. However, no detail appears to show a drainage channel between the curb, and it is unclear what the maximum height difference between the two curbs will be. Also, the top of wall and bottom wall elevations on sheet 5 are the same in some locations. Plans should be revised to clarify. A 4-inch ductile iron water service is shown on the plan, which appears to connect to an existing service. The size and material of the existing service shall be noted on the plan, or provisions made to replace the connection if necessary. We talked about the traffic impact study. Regarding the stormwater pollution prevention plan, the proposed disturbance is 1.23 acres. The applicant will need to obtain coverage under Speedy's general permit for stormwater discharge from construction activity from the New York State DEC. This should be a condition of any approval granted by the planning board. Personnel from Lancatelli witnessed infiltration tests on July 29th. These results should be included in the SWIP report. The completed MS4 SWIP acceptance form should be provided. In Appendix G of the SWIP contains a stormwater management facility easement and maintenance agreement. This should be reviewed by the planning board attorney. Bless you. Sheet 20 includes details for a terracrete retaining wall. It is unclear where this retaining wall is located on the site plan. Retaining walls are subject to section 200-65 of the code. And that's it.
Perfect. You probably have.
Minor comments, yeah, those are.
Okay.
Just going through my outstanding, and my last memo was from our September meeting. We did receive our 239 back on July 15th. There's some fairly sizable comments that we should just make sure are in the record that are addressed. They largely overlap what Dave has offered specifically with respect to wetlands and the traffic. So we should just make sure that those comments are appropriately addressed. Going through, the big thing is the turning lane or no turning lane, which is in John Canning's September memo. I did speak to John today. We do have a little bit of a chicken or an egg, because typically DOT doesn't make that ultimate determination until after they finish with us. But just the applicant's on notice that if we approve this conditionally on DOT and DOT says you need a turn lane, you're probably going to be coming back to us for some modified site plan.
That's standard procedure, no problem.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. He hit on architectural. I did review the stormwater maintenance. I do have two very minor comments on the stormwater management easement, which is, I need to see the Schedule A to review it. And then there was a minor typo. And so those are the outstanding comments that I have.
Okay. Just for our edification, Mike, because you weren't here last time and Joel assumed you contacted the DOT for the left-hand turning lane, but do you know anything we don't know? Or where are you at?
So what I did provide today in an email to Terry were comments back from the DOT. So we've essentially completed our stage 1, but what happened was we did upload to the new Permatrack system with the DOT.
Okay.
They're requiring you to do an electronic submission. So we did it electronically, but via email. So we received, a good amount of comments back from them, which have already been addressed on my plans, by the way. But essentially, that review letter, so I don't have a formal conceptual approval because of the Permatrack system, it needs to be uploaded, but that email back from the DOT serves for sure as confirmation that we're at least at stage 1, if not past that. As a matter of fact, we submitted the stage 2 portion of the permit with the permit track system. So, I mean, that's where we are with the DOT in that aspect. They have not provided us any feedback yet as it relates to the turning lane, though.
Right, okay.
And if I could just ask, John Canning discussed the crash analysis in his memo. What was the status of that?
I believe that was in the response letter we provided to that email. So if that goes to John Canning, he'll be able to review that.
Let's just make sure.
Yes,
what
absolutely.
you're submitting gets to John Canning for his just
Yeah.
look-see.
Whatever Mike sent regarding certainly the DOT.
That's what this is.
Yes, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, that's a response letter to John Canning's comments specifically.
Okay.
That's attached, I believe. And then those are DOT comments. That's
Okay.
confirmation of us being in stage 2, essentially having
It's
stage.
no comments from the DOT on.
The entrance
their
location's
view of
fine,
it.
exactly.
Right.
Entrance location's fine, stage 1's done. I don't technically have that in writing, but the fact that we submitted a stage 2, when stage 1 is the conceptual part, should be some confirmation.
Did they ask you for the stage 2 yet?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
So, that's the engineering side of how you're gonna do it?
Yeah, well, so I guess, I mean, I know the DOT said in that email that, I forget, I have it in my file here, but it essentially says something along the lines of, that any approval would be forthcoming from the department,
Correct.
right?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yes. Yep.
And you're acknowledging if there's any changes as a result of turning lanes, whatnot, you'd have to come back to the planning board.
100%, yes.
Okay. You guys have any questions on that? It's pretty much just in where it is with them, so. I know we got something back from the fire chief, talking about, and I just wanted clarification of something.
Sure.
Because Terry read it to me. It was that he was good with the changes, the hydrant moving, and on 2 and 3, which I'm assuming is corner 2 and 3.
Exactly where I showed it is exactly, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So that he's satisfied, it sounds like, with with the changes that have been made.
That's correct, yes.
And those changes were on the plan that you got, Dave?
Yes, you had sent, I think the last thing I saw was a sketch showing the hydrants, which were gonna be, served directly by connection to the main,
Correct.
separate from the service that's going to the building.
Yep.
Which is why the health department ultimately decided that it wasn't subject to their review.
Correct.
But I thought that the last thing I saw from the fire chief addressed just the hydrants. Unless something just recently came, I didn't see.
I think it just, Terry, read that out because it's so short, what he said.
What he said, yes, there was a slight change to the two-thirds corner, what is that?
2 and 3,
2 and
so
3 corner,
coming around the building.
to make more room, and a change to the placement of the hydrant on 17M.
So I guess, does that answer the
Yeah.
question of,
Yeah,
Can
I'm
they
sorry.
get
So,
their
so,
original-
so actually,
We asked him for clarification.
if you, do you have, can you bring this, can you bring the site plan up? What he okay, let me help you with what he wants a little bit. I think that's what we need.
I mean, I think I know what he means, but again,
He actually, what he wanted me to do, if I recall correctly, and I'll double check, the spot that's the first spot that's parallel to the building in the back left corner, he actually wanted me to remove that because it'll give him a bigger turning radius for the truck.
what did he want you to remove there?
Well, once we get the site plan
Okay.
up, it'll be 100% clear.
Okay,
2, 3 corners, the left rear corner.
right,
1.
2, 3, 4, yeah.
He's speaking fireman lingo,
Speaking
and
fireman.
I'm just picking up on what it is now myself.
Was there a site plan sent today?
no, it's
No,
in
it's still the older one.
previous files.
I wish I had time to rename these, so I didn't have to go
Right,
back.
right.
How do you not know this?
No, no, I understood that, I understood the 2, 3. I didn't, what I'm not clear on is, he didn't say, we're good with this. That we can get a truck through
Every
there.
once in a while, we just
What
want
we got
to
was like-
fine.
Which
I think
one
the
is it?
changes are good. But does,
They look like somebody's might have been, can you scroll up? No, up that way. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Check that one right there, 1703 PDF. So,
Back.
this space right here, he'd like to see me remove it.
Got to the
Just-
parking space.
Exactly, it'll just give them more room to
Yep.
get around. And I believe I can remove this and still meet the parking requirements.
Okay. How many spots do you have right now, Mike? Do you know offhand?
I could zoom in here, it'll tell me on
I think she's Zoom.
Oh,
Is that enough? Can you see that?
Yeah, right there it says 33.
No love.
56.
Slowly downloading it right now.
Three spaces plus 3 handicap spaces.
Yeah, we need 55, and I've got 56.
55 counting the handicap.
Correct.
All right, so you have an extra, so you have 53, 4, 5, 6,
I have
you need
50
55. So taking that one space out, then you're
I'm okay.
right on.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think we can remove that, meet the needs of the fire department.
And then you're just gonna stripe it, right?
We can stripe that. Yes, that should be what I do.
You
I'll
know,
make a
you
note-
see a line of parallel cars, somebody's just
I'm
gonna,
gonna make a note of that, because that's one of those things that, sometimes squeak by.
Yeah, those are helpful.
So yeah, we definitely will do that. That's not a problem. So that's what the chief was requesting.
Okay.
And just because we're in the middle of a public hearing, I haven't made revisions to the plans
Well, yeah, we're
because I
continuing.
don't want the public to see a different set of plans from meeting to meeting. Just,
No, we want this, we want to show the public the final version as far as it can be final,
Well,
without DOT.
okay, we can certainly do that as well.
I don't know that this plan set, we're not too far.
No, I mean, they're not going to, if it's a parking space, they're
Look,
not going to be
if
looking
it's
at
got
that.
a, if it's,
There's, whatever changes are left are
yeah.
very
we're-
minor.
I think
They
we're
wouldn't-
minor.
yeah.
I don't necessarily have any objection to this plan set. If we were saying we're gonna substantially move some issues, then I'd say make him resubmit. But
Yeah, I think we just explain the possibility of a left-hand turning lane or not, So,
and we won't know until we get.
No.
Yeah.
no, that's what goes in
Yeah.
your resolution,
Yeah.
and we put detailed
Right.
discussion about that.
yes. All right. You probably have it on your note, but for the ARB to put a note in there that that landscape will be maintained perpetually.
I think it's on my landscaping sheet. That's a general note that I have on there, but I'll
I think
double check.
we normally put it on the site plan too.
You mean have it on
No.
one of the sheets, the front sheets, not just the landscaping in the back, you mean? Because I believe Mike's right, it is in the back somewhere on the.
Oh, on
landscape. I
the
think so.
actual, as part of it, you mean?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna look at
Yes.
it right now.
I'd have to double check if that's the exact language, but I know I have some kind of a maintenance guarantee period for sure in there.
Yeah.
But if
Well,
you
Ken,
offer
the
perpetuity,
period would be in perpetuity.
that's not a problem.
Um,
But just to be clear, do we want that somewhere like on the site plan sheet itself as well as the landscaping plan, or is
I
there?
like it on the site plan itself, because
Well,
people will frequently just look at the site plan, and then if the next board down the line, different people look,
Well, it's always in my resolution. Like, that one doesn't even leave. That's like in my template that everyone starts landscaping in perpetuity.
yeah.
And
I
that,
think we normally list our conditions right on the site plan.
not all of them, because some of them are timing and things that once they're achieved, they don't need to be on the site plan. The purpose of putting a note on the site plan, and remember, the site plan does not get recorded. A subdivision plat, that's where you really want the notes, because that gets recorded and becomes a note against the property.
Yeah. It's much more for like enforcement, I think of. Because
Yeah.
people just say, yeah, we'll do it. And,
It's not a note, it's not a problem. We can add the same note to the site plan sheet or the title sheet. I mean, the site plan sheet may be more beneficial,
Yeah.
I think, than the title sheet.
I'd recommend just putting them both.
yeah,
I have no problem with that. We
Because
can
you have
do that.
general notes, I think, on, you have most of them, I think, on sheet 3 or 4, which is where you have all the zoning compliance.
Mhm.
But I'm looking at the landscaping plan right now, I don't see it on there.
Oh, make sure it's on there. But just bottom right-hand side, like on the notes.
Yeah,
But-
oh, wait, here. The very bottom of that table, plant and material guarantee notes. The landscape contractor should guarantee all plant material for a period of 1 year.
We'll
See, in
make that
Monroe, it's supposed to be in perpetuity. From approval of landscape installation by the project landscape designer, municipal official, or owner's representative.
It doesn't have to be the same landscape.
Now,
It just has to be maintained
here.
in perpetuity.
We'll change that from 1
The
year to
owner shall
perpetuity.
remove and replace dying, dead, or defective plant material on a yearly basis as needed.
So it's guaranteed for a period of 1 year.
The
but
contractor
they
has
have
to
maintain
guarantee it, but if something dies, the
Right, so
property
his
owner.
guarantee is for a year, but if just the in perpetuity comment
Yes.
covers.
That's fine. We'll
all
take
of
care of
it.
that. Yep, glad to.
Where are we, just to tie up loose ends? We've certainly seen renderings submitted in the file. Do we have samples?
Yeah, I think we lost him. Mike brought him again. No, we.
These are not the ones that were lost.
Oh, that's the other one Mike's on.
These remained in my office.
All right, so I think that's the next project.
Those that were,
The ones that didn't remain in your office. Which one is that?
that's, no, is that this one?
I thought it was this one.
573 is the
That's the
email.
one.
Right,
Yeah.
573, you told me you misplaced them.
I did.
The 123 Elms we have, yeah.
Okay.
Right.
I think you guys, I think you looked at
They did.
No,
573.
no, we saw them,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but what we need too is we keep those and then we have the serial numbers because it's been our experience with several people that
Imagine
those
that.
things don't stay the way they are, so
We'll get you a new set of everything for 573, that's not a problem.
perfect. And is that what we brought? Is that what you just brought?
No, that was
Oh,
123 Elm. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Just so, yeah, and even if you email me specification numbers and we'll just review, give it one last
I
look-see.
have all that. I have the catalog cuts.
Okay,
It's fine, except that's not good enough because unless you can see that
no,
and see the material and say,
I'm
this
not,
is it.
I'm not, what I was saying is, get the list so that we can prepare the list.
Yes, as long as we can see it.
I have that.
Okay.
So, just so I'm clear, in order to get to some type of a conditional final approval, so the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers and DEC permitting, I can't do that until I actually
That's
get,
conditional.
No, but I think the Army Corps, Dave, tell me if I'm wrong here, I think the Army Corps can write and comment on the wetlands, right? Is that what we're waiting for them on?
Correct, but that would be a condition of the site plan approval. In other words, you would, the board won't sign the map
That's what he's
until,
asking.
until the permit's
That's what you're
provided.
asking,
But
right?
you
That's
can,
correct.
you can have
Right, so
a,
you need that from the Army Corps,
prior to map signature.
prior to me signing off.
Correct. I'm talking about just to close the public hearing
Oh.
and get to maybe a conditional final approval. What?
Yeah, no, I think we can close the public hearing without that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we get the traffic stuff, which just came in, right, to John.
The DOT, correct, yes.
Get the DOT stuff to John.
Right.
Let him see that, tell him our meeting's on the 15th, assuming we continue to hold
Yeah.
that on the 15th.
And I do
then, once you
believe-
have those comments, I believe you're in a good enough spot to close the public hearing.
Yeah, because I do believe, I agree with you. I do believe too that even,
Unless, is there something else
even if
outstanding?
it goes past there, because it's conditional for the approval anyway. So, and once it's in DOT's hands, if they say you need it, that's not even in our stuff. That's the public road. That's the, you have to do all the
Well,
permitting.
he'll have to alter his site if they require a turning lane, and then, so it's
What
kind
would
of,
alter, what would alter on the site itself?
well, because you'd have to potentially widen 208,
Yes.
right? And you can't just widen it in front of his property.
No, he's gotta go all,
So
Right, but
that would
that's not
come,
us.
but if he has to go, so again, I don't know, I'm not looking at it. He'd have to show us that it can fit, but if there's a change to the site plan, i.e. he has to come into his lot to make that happen, or alter the course of path, it has to come back to us.
Yes.
right, no, I understand. But I mean, all the permitting and everything else is done by DOT, like that's. not-
Correct.
Right.
So, yeah, so what Liz is saying simply is if I can do all the work inside the DOT right-of-way and it doesn't impact my site plan, then the conditional final approval that you grant me would be fine.
Yes.
If any work within that right-of-way impacts our site plan, I'll need to come back to you guys for whatever those changes are. And if they're significant enough, we may have to
Yeah.
reopen a public hearing, and
Or a joiners.
I get all that. Yeah, that's fine. Hopefully, we have enough room inside the right-of-way if we need a left turn lane to deal with it, but we'll find out.
Yeah. Good.
Okay.
So really, then, we're talking about essentially just the DOT comments. That would be really what we need at this point to.
Yeah,
Missing.
You have the landscape plan here?
Yes, should be there. But that's not necessarily the 100% the latest. So let's scroll up and find a more, a later plan of
Should be sheet 8, I think, of the site plan
We
set.
just need to find the more.
that. I don't think that's it. Scroll down a little more. I mean, that seems to be the latest one you have. That's 3, but that's dated like April, I think.
That could just be when I,
It's the, hold on, I can, give me a sec, I'll get there. It's whenever she uploaded it that it affects the date.
So, yeah, the last revision date would be August 26th that I have.
That's what I'm looking at.
I mean, I could,
Scroll the- oh, it's not scrolling.
yeah, that's June 20th, 2025.
so there's one after that?
There's one after that, yep.
What's the one, August you said, Mike?
August
26.
26th.
Oh, is it?
That's the email, yes.
And that happens.
I think the submission was made September 3rd.
They're all named the same thing, so sometimes I have to.
Right.
put the name in.
Oh, I'm in the wrong file.
So just put the name
It's
and
my
we'll come up together.
My plan set is 41 megabytes. If you go by file size,
I can't email, it's too big. I was gonna send it to her. I might be able to send you a link right now with it if you want, and you might be able to download it.
Hold on.
I could get it from my email, I would think. You sent it over in like Dropbox?
Yeah, I can tell you the date. Hold on, give me a second.
Here, nope, that's the email. Here, that's your review, sign rendering.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's do it this way.
How big is it?
the one
It's
I
a-
was looking at was 46 megabytes. I think 41 megabytes.
What date is it?
According to mine, it was submitted on or about September 3rd.
Terry, I can copy, I can send you the link for it right now, just might be the easiest way to do it.
I can't even find it. I see my.
See, I'm not on
minutes.
I'm not on the OneDrive. I
You're
downloaded it, put
You're
it on
calling,
my,
yeah, no,
off my
I-
office computer.
Well, you have that fancy schmancy software that does all sorts of things that I don't have.
The, yeah, this Bluebeam, it's pretty nice.
Yeah,
Okay, you should
Yeah.
have it any second.
you can do all sorts of things that I can't do. I just upgraded to Acrobat and can actually like manipulate documents and it's
I
like,
don't
This
know.
lets you can count spots.
Well, don't
So
you
if
say they're all
put in,
named the
like,
same,
start
you had
putting
two
a
of them
little
all?
check mark or a little thing next to each of the parking spots. It'll actually number them as you go. And then if you want to pick up
Try
again, it'll just continue from where you left off.
well, just even
Keep
your
going.
ability to scale
And scale, measure areas, I forget
like
areas.
that.
And there won't
Oh
be
my
anything
god,
else.
that's why I'm like, Dave, can you scale that for me?
Yeah. No, it's nice.
Check your email.
Because that on
Yeah.
230.
And today,
It
you
just
could
came
also,
out.
if you had a shape that you drew in,
Click on that
you could
link,
actually
should be
rotate
able to
it.
just-
Show off.
Like if you wanted to try, will that fit there? You can, yeah, it's nice.
Is that the, do you do your design work in that or do you still do AutoCAD?
AutoCAD
You can,
Yeah.
we'll
This is
go
just for
to-
review.
oh, sorry, what was the question now? I forgot.
Landscape.
Landscaping,
Landscape.
sheet 8, should be sheet 8.
It's been a while.
You can use the zoom button at the bottom, you should be able to zoom in and out. Right there, it says plus or minus 21%.
There's the notes coming in, lower right-hand corner, right there.
Whatever the board wants to see. Those are the plantings we've selected.
Yeah, just remind us, Mike, just, you can go to the regular plan, just the planting. So those are the plants, but the greenery, I think there was something out in front. There was a, oh no, this is different. I'm thinking of the 123, 125. Those are trees up front, the green spaces there?
Yeah, we've got, so. So tree, shrubs, so we have one tree at least in each island with some shrubs surrounding it.
Right, those are between the spots, right?
And that's to meet your your parking landscaping requirement.
Right.
Right, okay. Yep,
I mean, I'm sure you have a total on here somewhere. I'm looking plant list, there's a plant list table there.
Yeah, there's a plant list table, there's a quantity of each particular.
Yeah, I can read it off from looking at it if you care to know.
yeah, that'd be great, Dave.
You have two shade trees, which are thornless honey locust trees. You have, as far as evergreen shrubs, 18 green velvet boxwoods, 27 green mountain boxwoods, 8 winterberries, and then here's your perennials, ground covers, and grasses, 20 Bar Harbor creeping juniper, 8 bee balm, 3 deciduous trees that are red maple, and 3 pin oaks. Oh, I guess you pulled it up there.
Yeah, I think we discussed this one too. It was early on, and it was, I think we were all satisfied with what's there as far as the percentages and stuff.
Yeah, you've had this since May. I think we've talked about it.
Yeah, we just didn't look recently.
And what's beyond it, Mike, to the, when you go past the parking lot between there and the wetland, is that wooded, is it lawn, grass? What's past the parking lot, between that and the wetland?
That's a good question. I don't think I put an ortho sheet together for this. But I believe it's wooded, somewhat vegetated back there.
Yeah, you can pull up Google map here and take a peek. 573,
You're at Google Earth.
117M, Monroe. Yeah. That looks pretty wooded to me.
Yes. From what I recall, going back to the DEC, yeah.
And that's gonna stay?
Everything except for the portion that we need to take out for the piping for stormwater and head wall, which we're gonna permit with the DEC,
And
but
there's
everything
a
else,
limited disturbance.
we're not touching it.
Right.
On the site plan.
sure
I just
there
wanna
is.
double check that
I'm
there's.
sure there is, yeah, because they did a stormwater pollution prevention plan. I'm sure they have that.
So we're leaving all the trees that we don't need to touch.
Correct. The limits of disturbance is shown clearly on the erosion sediment control plan
Perfect.
on sheet 6. We can have that physically staked in the field, orange construction fence, whatever you want. Just let us know.
Okay.
But, that's going to be permitted with the DEC, so there's no
Right.
messing around, hopefully, there.
Okay, any questions from the board? Good?
So just to summarize the conversation with respect to timeline, if Terry can get comments to get the traffic materials to John Canning, get John's information, I think that'll be sufficient. Most of the stuff that's outstanding are conditions that we don't have control over.
Right.
They would, of course, be listed as conditional in any approval resolution that we did. So assuming we had comments back and we could accomplish that in the next 3 weeks, we would be in a position, assuming nothing surprising, to close the public hearing. You would authorize me to prepare a conditional resolution,
Yep.
and then we could take action.
Yep. Okay. All right. like to say you're done, Mike, but you're not.
Close, perfect saying, close but no cigar, right?
All right.
I'm just glad you brought your glasses, because I forgot mine.
Yeah, usually pretty good about it.
Okay. All right, so we move to our next project, which is 123, 125 Elm.
Correct.
And maybe we'll start with Dave again to see your comments, Dave.
All right, let me get it here.
Brought the big file box for that.
It's been a while.
Okay, let me just hit some of the high points here. I mean, this plan's been around a while, we've gone back and forth. You have your variances from the zoning board of appeals, right? I think there was 2 that got denied, right?
That's correct.
We talked about that at the last meeting. We'll get into that as we go forward. Just a sort of a update as to where we are. So Elizabeth drafted a resolution of approval. One of the things we talked about at the last meeting, which we should again talk about tonight, is the vehicle storage. Any controls that the board might want to put on the map and in the resolution to address that. Some other things, let's see, on note 3, Mike, I saw, so you have a note on sheet 3 of the plan. It says the site will use existing lighting with no additional proposed lighting. I actually noticed that you have, it looks to me like you have
Some
two
sconces,
Yeah.
that's not accurate,
Yeah, 2 new lights on the front, 2 lights on the side of the new addition.
Yep.
So just to provide the details for that.
And are they dark sky compliant, Mike?
I'll see if I can get the cut sheet for you guys.
We actually,
I mean, I'm
the
gonna-
cut sheet's in the OneDrive.
I was gonna say, I thought we did submit
Okay,
this, yeah.
okay.
There is a cut sheet in the OneDrive, because I was going through the OneDrive trying to add documents for my resolution. Lighting specifications, caliber E, LED, outdoor sconce, and I've given some SKU numbers. I'm assuming one is 10 inches and one is 14 inches.
So I can add that to the plans.
Okay, yes,
And then
yeah.
I'll modify that note accordingly.
Perfect.
Okay, and then just maybe show the other locations of the other fixtures, so that, again, I think that the thing here is that you're only adding the ones on the front and the side of the building, and all the other ones are existing, but it'd be helpful, I guess, to identify at least where they are.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep.
And the plan, we talked about this before, the plan proposes a lot consolidation, which should be completed prior to signing of the site plan map. And when we spoke at the last meeting, also, we talked about showing a turning motion for the garbage truck coming from the alternate direction. So you have it coming in from one direction, but not both directions off the street.
Do you want those revisions prior to any approval? Or can these be conditions of approval?
As we further discuss, I anticipate, once we have the vehicle storage, and I rarely do this, but I'm gonna wanna see the revised plans, because we had so much discussion on the fencing issue. Normally, like the lighting, I'd be okay with, but I think when we look at the totality, we'll wanna see one last revision before moving forward. And the big issue, which we had a lot of discussion at last meeting,
Fence?
the ZBA fence, and that piece that you hashed out, it's hard to articulate that discussion in a condition, in an approval. So I'd rather see it, have the board go, yep, that matches our understanding, and then there's no discussion or,
Okay, we can do that, yeah, fine.
do you have anything else, Dave?
No, I think that was it.
No,
Okay.
this is
Well, the
outside, this
garbage-
is the parking, the
The
building. is
garbage
over
truck
here.
is supposed to be able to come from both ways? even
There's
though
no-
it's a one-way
Oh, yeah,
street?
it's here, it's this one.
That's not a one-way
It
street.
is a one-way street, yeah.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
I don't think I knew that. Okay, I didn't
These
know
six
that. So then, no, if it's one way, then there's no
Oh,
need to show
okay.
that.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I started drafting, and with the expectation that the board would discuss this tonight so that I could finalize it after tonight's meeting. So that's why I haven't circulated it, because I want to go through the high points. And I want to make sure that we wrap up all loose ends. So I'm just going to go roughly through some of the key points. We talked about, with respects to landscaping, the applicant has offered a landscaping easement with the adjoining property owner that they would maintain that vegetative buffer. It will be a condition that I review that in final form. I've reviewed it and provided comments. I don't think I've gotten it back, but that'll be a condition, and that information be put on the plan. With respects to the backside, it was the county's desire, and the county has provided a license agreement that the existing fence, which does encroach on county property, be maintained, right? So that's the buffer between, that's the existing, and maintain the existing buffer between the property and the heritage trail.
Right. And the county gave that, right? That
I have a
permission?
copy
Yeah,
of that license
okay.
agreement. What I do have a condition in here, because it is a revocable license. If the county ever revokes that license, the applicant has to come back to us so that we can approve appropriate replacement buffering. Okay, that's a little bit of a nightmare condition, but the applicant does have a license. There is a notice period that if that were to happen and they say take the fence down, they got to come back. I'm assuming, and I would hope, but I can't guarantee, that if the county said take the fence down, something else is going to go in its place, because the last thing that the county wants along Heritage Trail is the backside of that type of.
Yeah, and that back fence is not see-through, right, Mike? You're putting
Correct,
the
it's
slats
straight,
in?
it's slats, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So,
And how high is that? Is it 6 or
I
8?
think it's a 6-footer.
Because doesn't the trail rise above that, or am I not?
It does. When you're at a trail, you have to look up into our site. So the contours go up into
Okay,
our, so
right there it
technically,
goes
even
up.
though it's like a 6-foot fence from the Heritage Trail,
It's higher.
it'd be like maybe more than 10 feet.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect, yeah.
okay. I'm just going through. We do have to submit the cost estimate of site
Hey,
improvement.
Liz, I'm sorry, just one thing. Did the county give a timeframe on the permit, or just that it's revocable?
It's revocable at will, effectively, but
Right.
it's open. It's an ongoing license. It's
Right, so
in
they don't have
it's
to,
in-
no, the applicant doesn't have to do anything unless the county says
Take
we
it down.
need it or something. Okay.
Correct. We just have to do the cost estimate for site improvements pursuant to 272E4D. That's prior to signing the plan, but you might want to start getting that in order, Mike.
What section was that again?
72E for D and E.
D and E, okay.
Yep. The applicant has to cause 207, essentially 123 and 125 Elm to be merged as a tax record, and provide with the assessor's office, and provide the proof that they did that. I'm sorry, I jumped around. I want to go back to the landscaping. We had talked in the front ad nauseum, I think, about landscaping in the front, and then the fencing, and that's one of the issues. I want to get to a landing point. We have the planters in front of the actual building, right? And then we have the fence on the other side. There's no planting in front of that per DPW, is that correct?
No planting,
So just the fence as your buffer.
correct.
Is there any,
For my screening, you mean? Yeah, for screening.
Right, so the length of the property there, is that what we're saying? From the,
just the parking,
for the lot, I'm saying, where all the
the
cars.
storage
For the
area,
vehicle
yeah.
storage area. So it'll go across the frontage of the vehicle storage area, and then it'll turn and connect where the existing impound area is right there. So, I mean, it's pretty much shown that way right now. I just got to show the right angle connection to
Right, to connect to it.
the actual impound area.
Okay. And that's the revision we were talking about that I think the board should see before.
Yes, we can do
Because we've
that.
had so much discussion on it.
And you want the cars removed as well, right? Yeah.
And I think there's a note also on the parking area that you have across Elm Street. I forget exactly what it says, but it says it's for employee parking. And then there's a note on there, let me see if I can find it, but
I'm getting there. You
Yeah.
beat me to it, Dave.
I think, because it doesn't preclude the use of that area, at least the way the note's written, preclude the use of that area for lease and rental vehicles, which I think the board, you know, I'm assuming doesn't want in that parking lot, you know, across the street.
Yeah, I think we're looking at overflow across the street, Mike, just like for employees.
My understanding is it's always been that, and that was very clearly stated to me. It was only supposed to be for employee overflow parking.
Okay, well then.
And that's all that I think I
Then we're in
have
it.
noted there. Is that correct?
Yeah, then we can note that.
I think it's actually shown as, is it shown as only?
I'm looking, let me see if I can find the notes, because it was, the way it was worded was somewhat ambiguous. Let me see if I can find it. I think this might be it.
You know, and the other, while Dave's looking at that, you know, the vehicles, the lease vehicles and the U-Haul vehicles, which I think we were all unaware of till last time, was, you know, and then those things have to be subordinate, right, to what the main business is, which is the mechanics. Which means if you're only fixing 5 cars at a time, you won't need too many of them on the lot.
Correct. I mean, yes, fine. All I can tell you is that the applicant seems to have no concern with meeting
Well, I'll
that
tell you
So
what.
requirement.
I have a solution to that issue. When you make your last round, right? And the reason I say this is because the site is already tight, and because it does, under the code, it's listed as an accessory use. Tell us your average number. You know, if you come back with 100, I'm gonna laugh at you, but it's, you know what I mean, I'm being facetious on purpose. But we can then, I think the concern is creep, is you got 5 U-Haul trucks, and then all of a sudden 5 turns into 10, and then it turns into 15, and then all of a sudden we have U-Hauls parked on Elm Street, which is one of our conditions is that there's no, you know, on-street parking. So tell us what the number is. If it's 5, tell us 6. You know, whatever that number is, we're gonna have that.
So you want the actual number of U-Haul?
I think so,
And
because
lease vehicles.
they have to be accessory, and if we all of a sudden, you know, it starts looking like an enterprise rent-a-fleet
Well,
lot.
that's just, is it just gonna be for cars that are being worked there, or are they gonna be renting out?
You know, only 5 can be parked outdoors there by
5 what?
code. 5 vehicles waiting for repair.
I'm talking
not
about the
insurance
rentals,
vehicles.
the rentals though.
Well, so what Elizabeth is saying, that they have to be ancillary to this, so if you're only working on the 5, and 5 can be parked there,
So they
you only
can't
need
start-
5.
They can't start a whole fleet of U-Hauls.
No.
It can't be a second primary business. It can be a second ancillary and subordinate business, but you can't have 3 primary, you know, here's the fix-it guy, here's the rental guy, here's the U-Haul guy. No,
Right.
it's gotta be a related use. At least that's the way I read the code.
Can I take one step back? Because I just want to deal with Dave's comment before. I saw what it said on the site plan. Let me see, make a suggestion to change the note. Right now, it says employee overflow parking. There shall be no storage of vehicles to be worked on in this area. We could probably clean that up by just saying that this parking area is intended for employee overflow parking only.
I
Right.
can live with
And
that.
that takes care of,
I think that solves your problem.
that's the easiest way, I
Can
think.
you
to-
just take overflow out and just put employee parking?
Fine.
Because nobody can get caught up while it's overflow. And it's not necessarily.
But it's employee parking only.
Yeah, whatever it is, it's
Yeah, just
employee
put
parking only.
Employee parking in that.
And no employees can be driving U-Hauls to work. Okay?
That's what special permits are for.
All right.
Let me just make a note of that. Give me 1 second. I'm
No
not-
worries, and then I'll get through it.
Yeah, so if we can get a number on those, Dave, on both the leasing and the U-Hauls.
Okay, I'll talk to the applicant, see what I can get. Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you that, just so you know, and maybe you weren't, but whenever this lot, and these guys have been up before us, for probably a number of years since I've been on,
Mhm.
right? And, we cracked down on them a number of times to clean the lot up because they were only supposed to have a certain number of vehicles. They never maintained that number. They had double and triple the number always.
Mm.
They'd clean it up when they knew you were coming,
Okay.
and then it would immediately be up. So when you say the applicant feels good or understands, that does nothing.
I understand what you're
Does
saying.
nothing for us.
Well, why would they have a leasing cars if they can only have the car on their property for 5 days? Why is somebody leasing a car from them then?
So another
For
bus-
5 days to drive the car.
You lease
Well, it's
a
another
car.
business income is what it sounds
If
like.
I don't have my
Well,
car for
that's-
5 days, I'm in trouble.
Well, yeah, but.
Well,
They don't
it's
do loaners for
usually-
free.
Well, that's just that leasing is usually more than a week, and the car can only be there for a
I
week.
think you have to look at leasing broader than just what you expect. I
Or
would-
experience normally.
It's-
I'm just trying to make sure that it's just leasing towards their auto body customers or mechanic
The
customers.
problem is the code is not clear on what leasing is, so I have to
Mm.
go. But I think the compromise with that is, as we've directed the applicant, is to tell us the number of vehicles. We can incorporate that in the resolution, and again, that avoids the creep, because then there is a number, a quantitative. You can have up to X number of vehicles, and when, and I think that, again, the issue is, okay, well, we're only gonna have 5, and then 5 like I said, is just that creep. So, that's, I think, the compromise that we have. I don't know that I'd get into the technicalities of leasing versus, because
No, but
the codes-
ancillary is enough said, and subordinate. Because
it's
if
an
you have-
accessory use.
Right, you shouldn't have more than 5 because you'd only need 5.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah, exactly.
just-
Well, there's no limit on the number of just for the sake of the discussion.
Sure,
not-
yeah.
There's no actual limit on the number of lease vehicles. Like, if you wanted to drop the auto body business and just go with like lease vehicles,
But then you have to do that
But
and make
that's
the
an
lease vehicles as
accessory
his
use,
primary business.
understood. But my point is, there's technically not a limit on the number of lease vehicles. I think there needs to be a number established based on how the business operates, and that it needs to be subordinate to the main business. I agree with that, which is the auto repair shop. But I just want to make sure there's actually not a code limit. You follow what I'm saying?
No, there's not a code limit, but it by default, it begs the question, if I have 20 leased cars and I'm only fixing 5,
You have a leasing business then, not just a repair business.
Agreed. Yes.
So-
Yes.
that's the point.
I think it's not, again, I'm focused on the pure, it's listed as, if you look at, and it's 200-51, what are accessories? The leasing part is considered an accessory. For example, I'll pick on my own town, Leo Katie's Ford, they have an enterprise satellite office. You can go, there's a little desk in the back corner, and you can go get an enterprise car for exactly what you expect, right? Clearly incidental, they're literally in a closet, right? And then you can't figure out which cars are theirs versus the
Right.
auto body shop, the car dealership. We just need to make sure that it stays there. If the repair is not the primary use, then we have to figure out if the leasing is a permitted principal use, and it has to come back for site plan.
Okay.
Yes.
So,
So
And I
if they
believe
have
leased-
more than 5 or 6 or 7 leased cars, leasing cars up for lease.
again,
then-
it's all relative,
Okay.
right? You got a great big, operation going on an appropriate sized lot. You may have a fairly sizable leasing, but again, is it
the main business?
the tail wagging the dog or the dog wagging the
Right.
tail?
Exactly.
Right? We want to make sure that the leasing is the tail and that the,
Right.
repair is the dog
Yeah.
and not the other way around. So that's what we've attempted to do. So just get me a rough number and
Okay.
we can.
Am I right to think that leased vehicles have particular license plates because they don't
Not
always?
necessarily.
I mean, is leasing even the right word, or is it they're just rentals, basically? I mean, when you get from enterprise, are you leasing it or are you renting it?
What's the difference?
There's,
That's my question.
Yeah.
Are we talking verbiage here, or is it just?
I'm not aware of any legal distinction between
Okay.
leasing versus renting.
Because I'm leasing a truck right now.
I know.
You know, I don't know if we're getting caught up in semantics or if it's, you know, if it's worth clarifying. You know.
But if you look, I'll pull up the code, give me 1 second.
Well, that's what
Is
I'm
it
saying.
this
A leasing is more of a little.
Is that still-
So
Right, I don't
I don't see how.
Yeah.
Unless they haven't changed it, that's still current.
So, yeah,
Renting
so
is
the
not-
permitted accessory use is gasoline sales, convenience store, towing, rental, motor vehicle sales, car wash. So
These are rental,
it's a rental.
It's an accessory, yeah.
accessory, right?
I don't have an issue again, the focus is on the accessory part, not necessarily leasing versus rental, any of that. It's the accessory part. All right, bear with me. I don't believe, correct me if I'm wrong, that we, moving on, that we have not reviewed signage, correct?
Not yet,
Okay,
It's on the architectural plans and
but we
renderings.
haven't done it.
Yeah,
it's
but-
on the architectural plans? All right, I'm just gonna make a note. So we just need to take, when we do our ARB discussion, take a
Yeah.
look at the signs,
Mhm.
and then I will, do we have dimensions on those signs? I know they're on the renderings, but I
They,
just.
they are, I believe they are.
Yeah.
Okay, on
Definitely
architectural
those.
renderings.
Just remind us, Mike, where the signs are going? On the building or mounted?
On the building,
On the
mounted on the building, yeah.
Mounted on the.
Yeah, as far as I know, you heard me tonight, no freestanding signs, right? So if one goes up, that'd be the first time I've heard of it too, but I don't believe.
That's
we
when you
have
get to yell at your client. You
Yeah,
told me so.
exactly.
Yeah. I do have.
And I don't think we had in from you, you can answer us, they're not on the agenda tonight, but the chocolate cheese signs.
I can tell you about that if you want. I'll give you an update. So actually, we received a violation from the building department, so which is great. Not being
Bring me another, Ron, bring me another.
not being sarcastic either. So
Just
we
to lit the fire, that's all.
yeah, so we submitted to his office everything that'd be required. If the planning board wants to see that as well, we
Well, the
can.
planning board has to approve it.
I know that. So,
Oh,
but,
okay.
but at least we've provided it to the building inspector's office. We can do the same thing now and provide it to you guys as well.
Yeah, for sure.
We gave it to them first because it was a violation and we wanted to, we were going to put it in and that was just what we needed to accelerate the process
Yeah,
of
so I
actually
think just
submitting.
submit the application for that to
We'll do the same.
Terry, yeah.
Okay, keep going. Architectural review, just need material specifications and approval from the, need just to confirm that, and so I
Yeah.
can insert it in my resolution. I have copied a number of the what I thought were appropriate conditions from the special permit language that I've literally copied and pasted verbatim. In addition, we talked about the fence. Just, I inputted the rule just from about the number of vehicles, no dismantled, unlicensed vehicles outside of the building. I have added to that, the applicant shall tag each vehicle with the date storage commences. Said tag shall be readily visible from the exterior of the vehicle. Vehicles shall not be parked on Elm Street, nor shall Elm Street be utilized for purposes of shifting vehicles. And that, by that, I mean, your guy comes out, leaves the car running, runs back, you know, like it's not his little lot to move vehicles. So just be aware of that. We talked about the overflow lot and that treatment. We talked about the number of U-Hauls and rentals. We talked about lighting. I also added, and I thank you for sending me your note. I will update that. I found part of it after I sent you my email. I've added a condition regarding the oil dry, and there are notes on the plan regarding oil spills within the property and the cleanup method that they need. I've also included that bulk storage shall be prohibited, right? We're not doing any bulk storage, so you don't need it. You don't need anything from us on that one. So again, I wanted to largely put this together. It is very much a working draft because there's still some outstanding pieces. In this particular instance, I would like to see the fencing and storage yard in its final form before approving the plans,
Mhm.
because I tried crafting that as a condition and I couldn't articulate a reasonable way that, you know, it's not just, oh, add a wall sconce here, that it's pretty easy to interpret. So I'd rather you guys see it and make sure you're happy with it.
Yes. Mike, on your exterior materials, just a quick question. I'm looking at what you sent over in the PDF
Yep.
file.
Yep,
Is the lower part of the building remaining cinder block? Is that block?
that's block, yes.
Okay. So see the material lists there? Can you put the serial numbers in there?
Yeah, sure, I think we can do that. Yep.
You know, so the color number in this, you know, and it might be the same, sometimes it's different depending. Sometimes they have a material and a color.
Yep, we can do that.
Yeah, that would be fantastic.
And then I'm gonna add renderings to my list.
Oh, it's the other one? Let me see. Pavers?
Do you need me to go through what the changes were, real quick for you?
No, you don't have to change. I mean, next time, you know, we're gonna look at the ARB between
That's
now and December 15th.
One thing I would ask, which is purely, probably makes your file
Oh,
enormous.
wait, this one here?
When we do finalize, add the renderings to the back of your sheet set so that they are part of the site plan package.
I can do that.
Like list
The
them as,
renderings and the architectural plans, or
um,
just the architectural plans? These are two different things, right? The renderings are the pictures or photos kind of renderings, and these are the architectural.
I want these.
Yes, architectural.
Yeah. Because the reason is, somebody says, oh, that's not part of the site plan, I don't have to, you know, if it's attached to the site plan and it's listed in your sheet set, it's part of the site plan.
Okay, I can do that.
And Mike, are they planning on just leaving the cinder block raw? Are they painting
They're
it?
painting it.
Okay.
That's-
Do you have a color for that?
Yeah, that's what we gave you.
Okay, that's there?
Yeah, it's the gray, but,
Also,
It's a good
It
idea,
gets
never
sep-
really thought that,
it gets separated.
yeah.
Okay. And they have
That's what happened on Spring Street.
serial number on here, I'm assuming?
Which rendering did you approve? You didn't mark it, you didn't,
No.
oh, you know what,
So
it
you'd
might
like-
be actually.
No, it looks like they just painted that.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like, kind of.
Included with the site plan, so.
yeah. Just add it
Okay,
as an
that's the
extra
other sheet.
Add it to your list.
Yeah.
Like to add
Probably good.
to site plan package.
Yeah, this is.
Sometimes we end up getting the site plan, we don't
Spec
end up
sheet?
getting the
Yeah, that
updated
gives you the
architecturals.
actual lien, the product.
Okay.
code and
Yeah.
everything.
Perfect. And then,
Or you
because
saw
you know how
three
these
sets of
things get
renderings,
lost in a
which rendering did
file,
you
if we can
approve?
put them right on there?
Because a lot of times the renderings don't have revision
Okay.
dates, they don't.
Yeah,
because
let me do that.
They're
Oh,
designed
you know what?
differently.
Just send it to us. Do you
I
have
can
a,
scan it and email it to you.
yeah, scan an email.
Okay,
That's fine.
Here, could you just change that thing to the top of it? It's listed.
Oh.
No, pick that word,
Here?
pick that word.
It's like Battleship Gray.
One last homework assignment for you, Mike.
Yep.
Just double check with chief, on this one, and make sure he's happy with, fire access. I'll give you a copy of that we just got today.
Yeah, he's got some concerns.
So just double check or make him happy.
Sure. So check with chief. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
So, is there anything else? Are there other conditions that folks can think of now that they'd like me to add? You certainly will, this is not a speak now and forever hold your peace moment. I can certainly add.
Yeah, and you're gonna check the dark sky standards, right, Mike?
Yeah, I'll look at the cut sheet.
Yeah.
It should be on there.
Mike, I just have a question about.
Oh, no, I can take a look too, because you said we got it.
It's
Sorry.
a while ago, so you gotta go down, but it's there.
Okay. Okay.
I just have a question about,
Sure.
just the simple aesthetics of it. So I see there's a Papa Red in there, which I guess is probably the logo, which,
Mm-hmm.
so, like the solid gray part going horizontal, what does that mean? What that can be wrapped, or that can be painted? Kind of like the work going from left to right, right to left, all the way across a solid dark gray. What's that material made of?
Yes.
Breaking at the top and the bottom.
Yeah, I mean, we have to give you some more information than what's shown there, but it's basically just siding at this point.
Okay. Gotcha.
yeah, this is,
I mean, and just from my personal point, my thought, maybe a red, something, just a little pop of color, just to, I mean, it's just a thought, maybe, even if you did it and brought it in so we could look at it, just to kind of break it to, again, I don't mind earth tones necessarily, but
so I'm sorry, what color did you mention?
just red, to kind of go with the logo, you know, a nice red going across the.
You know, like a
that-
stripe?
A stripe, kind of where that dark gray is. to
Like
see
barn,
it.
barn red?
Yeah, cottage red maybe, if you will.
So you want to take this
Yeah, it just,
and make it some other color, like a red?
like a red, almost to kind of blend with the logo, maybe it might pop. a
Yeah,
little
and make the
bit,
logo,
so,
logo pop.
You know, not so dreary-esque, not that again, I don't hate necessarily, the earth tones, the dark colors, but it might kind of blend nice with that and break up a little bit the top and the bottom, and,
Okay, we
you
can
know,
look at
a
that.
little trim, you know.
That's probably a good idea, actually.
Right, yeah, I think
A
it-
lot of roof colors around it.
Yeah, I think it seems like a lot of these buildings that are going up are very much that.
Sure,
Yeah, which is okay, but a little pop of something to kind
Yeah,
of
we
make
can-
your building a little different than someone else's.
I can look at that for sure.
Like a little trim. you
Yep.
know.
It's just that trim that's between the first and second.
I think at minimum that,
Yeah.
you know, and I think to me that alone would be aesthetically a little bit more pleasant.
Got it.
I mean, I could see it maybe around the windows as well. I'm not gonna make you do all of it, but just at least that I think would make it look
Perfect. We'll look at that.
something just by itself and just boom. You know.
Glad to do it.
Okay, so just to summarize this, so we make sure that Mike has his marching orders. The biggest thing is the revision to the plans with respects to that storage yard, showing the new fence location, removing the vehicles, addressing the chief's concern. We also just need to make sure that response to the Orange County Department of Planning 239 is in the record. We need to do ARB our next meeting and include those serial numbers and go through that. We need a discussion from the applicant as to the number of non-repair vehicles, rentals and U-Hauls. And then also, Mike is gonna update the existing plans to show, update the plans to show existing lighting fixtures. Did I get everything?
I think so.
Liz, I started writing the 239 response. Can you just tell me the couple before that, or just to make sure that?
I think that was actually first. Hold on.
Is it? Did I do that good a job?
I think it was first, Mike.
I got 239 responses, number of non-repair / U-Haul vehicles, leases, existing lighting.
The biggie is the final fencing configuration
Right,
and the configuration of that storage yard. And that ties in, probably what I said ties in with the fire chief's concerns.
If he doesn't take a look just between our next meeting and the landscape stuff, you know, it's all okay.
Okay.
Okay? And then lastly, don't forget your cost estimate, and you have that citation.
Okay.
I know it's not one you would expect a cost estimate, but it's on all of them.
Yep.
So I gotta throw it out there. Okay. And if there's something the board thinks of that's a concern, and again, remember the purpose of a special permit is to,
Review.
where there's an impact, or you perceive an impact, if it can be ameliorated by a condition. If there's a condition that pops, shoot me an email. Okay?
Yep. All right. Anything else from you, Mike?
Nothing for me.
No? You guys? Good to go? All right, looks like we'll call it a wrap.
Yep. Have a great night. And,
You
happy
too, Mike.
Thanksgiving to
You
everyone.
as
Yes,
well.
you too. Have a good one. All right, so we have some minutes. I hope everybody read their minutes.
The only thing, I don't think it's very crucial, but it did say 5:43, Route 17 minutes, in the OneDrive.
Oh, yeah, I
I
just,
don't think it's a huge deal, just in case.
I named the folder wrong. I
Okay,
just
all right.
noticed that too.
Yeah, yeah.
I know. I did it upstairs right before I came down here. Okay.
wasn't there.
I wasn't there.
Kelly,
Even
Allen,
know.
Nicker.
I'm number two.
Who was there? Who wasn't there?
Absent was,
Paul? Keith?
so we can't vote on this one, right?
No. I can't approve it.
Okay, so that carries over again. August 11,
I'm there.
absent was Paul and Jeff, so again.
Wait, if I was absent, Paul was here.
No.
Didn't you took the meeting from me one time?
Oh,
Oh, you did, Fred? Oh, okay.
All right, so you can do that one. And then the next one absent was, Paul, Bard, and, Fred.
No, I think I got here late for that one. I was at that one, but I was like, I got here like half hour late.
In time to do the minutes, or
In time.
to hear some of the minutes
Yeah.
that became the minutes.
I usually write it down.
Either way, I'll.
We can't do anything.
No. Don't have enough people.
Where's Keith? He's absent.
No, I think he was away last week, 2 weeks ago.
Well, so much for that. I guess we're on to the schedule.
Yeah, I mean, the minutes are up though, right?
Yeah.
You put them up, so that's all that we're really required to do.
Yeah, the minutes in draft form have to be available within, I think it's 5 days.
I think it's 2 weeks. I think it's 14 days. No? You sure?
I will double check,
Yeah.
but I know the filing is, if filing of a resolution has to be filed in 5 days.
We've always operated, it was 2 weeks, and, yeah, that was from Gary, so I would check. Actually, I don't think Gary even did it. I really don't.
Don't hold me to that.
Okay, we'll check. And then, but the other ones are up there
Yeah.
anyway. So,
Once I get them kind of in
Yeah.
decent shape, the track.
you put them in draft form up there? Yeah, perfect.
And I say we share draft.
Good, excellent.
They're
I think we're good then. And I think the only other thing is to close the meeting.
No,
No, there's,
we have to vote on the schedule.
oh yes, we do have to do that. So I went through the schedule, as did Terry, and we only found one correction, and it's probably already corrected. Did you correct it before we sent them? So it's already corrected.
On here.
So we're assuming you reviewed this very closely and that you'll be ready to approve it now?
You're gonna have a meeting the last week of the year?
No, shouldn't be. No, we usually do one December meeting.
Well, that's not the revision to do.
That's the submission day, or do they have meet, regular
We
meeting?
just- Yeah, just make the
Just
14th.
wanna move the
Yeah,
14th,
yeah, so none in the end of December.
Yeah.
I thought we said that. I didn't even see that on there last time.
Can we make that a submission day then?
Yeah, no,
Yeah, it can
submission
be-
day, yeah,
No? Okay, so I'm gonna make the 14th a special meeting?
yes.
Yes, please.
And I'm gonna get rid of that.
Yeah, Terry was kind enough also to put, well, let's do that first, and then I'll remember this. So as amended by Terry,
So, what did I do?
you just amended the meeting.
Oh, yeah.
So what you read, what you've got in your, in the OneDrive, I guess it's up there?
Mhm.
Okay, so what you saw in the OneDrive, we just made a correction to take the second December meeting out, make the 14th a special meeting where we do both. And look, we change our stuff in the year if we need to anyway.
Right.
So we need a motion to approve the meeting dates because they have to be put up prior to January.
Well,
You got, it's not on the
Make
second
that
one,
motion?
normally it's
Okay.
on the
And
fifth.
second?
Special meeting.
I just, it threw
Kelly,
me for a loop. because
all in
I'm
favor?
in Maybrook.
Opposed?
It was on the calendar all year.
That's all the
But-
dates that we're meeting.
It's not your normal
Confirmed.
night.
There we go.
We just-
It was so much.
There's nothing like when it's not
No,
your.
no.
Yeah, right.
Last year we had
That
so,
seems like it's a while.
And you come
we had
in
so
wrong.
many
Not
things.
only do you maybe miss that, you come a week ahead.
We sat up in the office, you remember, going through all this
Well, I'm
stuff?
sure I have it in it.
Okay, so I don't know where all of you are at with your educational credits. You need 4 hours a year. But I know that there's a lot of times people don't know how to read, like, or read the best way, like a set of blueprints or whatever. And then there's also things that might be a little foreign, like I always notice people asking questions about the SWIP, like what's involved in that and those kinds of things. So I asked Dave if he would be kind enough, we can get the village board to pass a resolution to have Dave do this, and he could, we could do 2 hours, with him. You know, we'll come down, we can spread plans out, you know, walk through how to read blueprints, you know, stuff like
I
that.
think it'd be cool. Yeah,
I think that'd be a really
yeah,
good
yeah,
thing.
me too.
And then I think we can get Ted to come in, because none of you guys, were you guys all here when Ted did the thing for us?
No.
I don't think so.
What did he do?
You were,
What
yeah.
did he actually do?
He showed us, like, he talked about the approach a planning board would take.
On Zoom or did he get it in person?
It was
I think it was
weird.
2020. I
It
think
was, yeah,
It was on Zoom.
I think so.
It was on Zoom.
yeah. And I did one in person for you guys.
And you did one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
and we
remember.
could actually have Elizabeth do another one to talk about the legal stuff too. You know what I mean? If you guys want to do that. But I think, you know, sometimes you go to these training things, like I've done some of them, and they're great because, and you have an interest in them, but we don't really use those things or do those things. But it does give you kind of connected knowledge, you know?
When will we schedule this?
I'm thinking after the holidays, probably January, because our year goes to April. So you got to get your credits for this year by April.
What happened to the Lake George trips? We
We could do that. You guys can all go. You'd be paid for it. Go to
You
Lake
mean the
George.
NICOM trips?
What?
New York Conference of
Yeah.
Mayors?
Yeah.
Up at the SAG?
I mean, we could do that if you want. I mean, that's really good. I went to one in 2019, I think, and it was amazing.
Also, every fall, they're actually doing one now. Wayne Beltramo, who's counsel to NICOM, and the Village of Monroe is a member of NICOM, so you get the benefit is he does lunchtime, and they're actually attorney CLE credits, so you
Oh, nice.
so you can get a 2-for-1. It's an hour, and he runs through 4 different topics, and he does them. And I'm missing them this year because it's been insane. But they're very short and sweet, and you're like, okay, you can eat your it's on a Zoom, and you do get to eat your lunch, but they're very informative, and he's very good. So if the next time I get those flyers, I'm happy to circulate them to Terry, but. It's a quick and easy way of getting even in an hour
Yeah,
at
that's
a
great.
lunchtime. So that's available to
When
you
does
as
that come
well.
up again?
He usually does them in the fall. Like right now, he's doing them right now.
Okay.
And there are 4 of them. So he does 4 a year in the fall. So generally November, early December. And they can be anything from affordable housing to seeker issues to
Yeah.
you name it.
That's
He-
what Ted did for us. He did seeker.
Yeah, he is. That's right.
That's what he did.
Yeah,
So, let's see, I didn't get to register this year.
It is always good to review, to know it, because there's a lot there. So, okay.
So like this year's topics was, now, some of this was not all planning board, but gaining access, understanding the laws regarding accessing private property. What does it all mean? An overview of the process for divining what is local zoning term means. Understanding and dealing with special land use laws governing religious and education properties. I should probably study that one. And then his last one, so there's one on the 4th, the 11th, and the 18th. Signs everywhere are signs.
So it's about signs.
Sounds like a song.
Yeah.
No, there was the. What was that?
Tesla,
Yeah.
I don't know, you probably need a lot of alcohol to make it go over.
That was also.
it was a remake. Yeah.
That's the we did it.
Yes.
Forget it. I thought we did the first one.
All right? Do we have a motion to adjourn?
So,
Yeah.
We'll review on the waivers.
oh, good job. When will we decide kind of when, if we would have the SWIP or something like that?
We could decide right now and just give Dave a couple dates. And if you guys want to we can come down here one day and just
Yeah,
spread out.
I have my calendar open. If you want to pick a date, that's okay with me.
And most of us are here besides, yeah, we could take a second just to kind of give a quick peek at that way. Because I don't want it to get lost by the wayside if we just kind of just.
No, I think it'd be good to do it. You want to try for January? It's kind of like the nothing to do month.
Yeah.
After the 12th, please.
After the 12th, you said?
Yeah, I'm gonna be in New Zealand.
Oh, we're sorry.
Yeah, I know, feel for me.
So
So,
when is our meetings in January that we just approved?
The 12th is one, and I guess it's the 12th and the 27th.
well, it's the 12th or the 11th. The 11th is a Monday.
For us.
The 11th is this Sunday. 11th of January.
January?
Yeah.
I'm in the wrong year. Let's go back to 2026, not 2027.
Which ended last April.
Please don't make time go any faster than it already is.
Just kept bumping it down. Okay, so 12th. Martin Luther King weekend, that's the weekend of the
Yeah,
19th.
and, you know, if you're a month late, doesn't care. Yeah, so January is 12th and 27th,
So when do you come back, Barbara, from?
after the 12th, she said.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we could do the intervening week if you want.
Maybe the 19th?
Does that work for you guys?
Well, that's Martin Luther King Day, I don't think, people go away that, it's a long weekend for some people.
Yeah.
Oh, that's when they're celebrating the.
Is anybody here going away on Martin Luther King Day?
No.
You don't need me for
Well,
that.
weekend, it's a
It's a
long.
long,
So any teachers?
Well, it's just us will know. In other words, if you're going away, tell us.
I usually go away that weekend. Well, I was friends with the teachers, so yeah, that Monday off. So we went to like Nashville or, you know.
So you're saying don't do it then?
I'm not saying that, I'm saying it, just a thought. Let everyone know what it is. So the 20th or the 19th?
20th works for me too, if that works for you
You
guys.
want to do the 20th?
all right.
And you want to do it
Now that Fred just
after
wrote it on
hours?
his calendar.
Like, do you want to do that during the day or normal meeting hours?
I can go daytime.
I could do daytime as well.
I could probably do daytime.
Yeah, I'm definitely, I can.
I mean, it's cold enough to come out at 7 o'clock on a January night, you know, sometimes it's not the most fun thing to do.
Marilyn can't do daytime.
I'm free any time of the day. What-
No, she's working.
Okay. Marilyn, jeez,
Come on, Marilyn.
slow down, please, yeah, slow down at some point. don't you?
Can you take a day off and enjoy the day?
Exactly.
Unless you're going away.
No, I don't think I am, I was throwing it out there.
I think they're everyone's got the day off anyways.
Let's do the 19th. Yeah, what are you gonna do? Come home early.
Well, I'm saying it for everybody else, it's a holiday, I mean, I knew it would come anyway, but,
Hey, are you celebrating Martin Luther King Day this year?
are you working or are you
Are you
off?
going away?
No, I'm off, but my girls are home, so I don't.
Oh, my
Goodness.
goodness.
This weekend, so this is getting busy.
People do things.
It's a very valid
It's a
thought.
3-day holiday. It's hard.
Thank you for backing me up there,
Oh,
yes.
no, it's.
Someone can.
Oh, my
Are
God.
we back to the
The
20th?
weekend, but
Right.
Okay. Well,
20th, do it at like 6 o'clock. You'll be out of here.
what's the earliest you can make it,
I'm okay with
Marilyn?
that.
I'm not gonna be here.
We can order a
so
pizza.
You don't need me to come to training.
I could be here, 6 o'clock, it'd be fine. Let's say, we're alive till 4, so I can be here at 5.
5?
Yeah, I could be here at 5 if that's okay.
Does 5 work for you guys?
Okay.
It's fine by me.
All right.
Yeah, let's do 5.
5 p.m. on the 20th, right?
On the 20th.
On the 20th.
The 20th.
Tuesday.
Oh, okay, the day, okay, that's fine.
All right, perfect.
When do the kids go home on that day on the 19th?
Oh,
Yeah.
on the 19th, I don't know.
Okay, we're not shoving
I don't
that
have
door.
college.
Don't let me be a smart ass, he's
I
just
don't
it.
have college.
All right, so
I just like to get together.
all right, you're good, Dave?
Yep, that's fine.
That so 5 to 7, we'll say,
5 to 7 on the 20th.
and I'll get the village board to pass a resolution for us. Okay.
Oh, excuse me.
Okay. And anybody want to make a motion to adjourn?
I make that.
Barb, Fred backed it up. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.